Hello, Spade Adventurers, and welcome back to another episode of Spade Comet with me, Master Spins. Yay! So I figured while I'm home alone because, of certain reasons, and my brother getting pizza, which, yay, pizza, that's fun. I figured it would be a perfect time to finally get another one of these recorded. And with that being said, I can also do a new series for Spade Comet, and the first in this series, which is the Embarrassing Abyss. So, as the title probably, you can probably figure that out, it's going to be embarrassing stories of, my childhood, well, or past, that just have made me cringe or, made me feel very embarrassed. And this is one that was recently one of my more embarrassing, I'd have to say. So it was in middle school, which, was a pretty fair year for me because I only had 1 year of middle school since they moved the other year up to the high school, so I only had that one very specific year in middle school. And in elementary school, I hated going to elementary school, so I would every single day, literally every single day, go to the nurse and try to pretend to be sick. And since my mom worked at the school, she'd come down, be like, "You're fine, go back to class." And yeah, it never worked. So I didn't really trust myself in middle school because I was afraid of being absent too much, ironically. And I just didn't feel like I could trust myself being sick because I felt like I would just want to say it to stay home or whatever. So the one morning, I was not feeling good at all. And I was like, you know what? Probably just something in my head. I'll be fine. And I went to the bus stop that morning. My stomach was still feeling weird, and I got on the bus, and that's when I realized I had made one of the biggest mistakes in my life. Now, I don't know if you guys have ever felt sick, but literally the worst place to be is in a car. Pretty much that I have experienced. There are probably a lot worse places to be. But in a general situation, the place you would not want to be is a car. So generally, you also wouldn't want to be on a bus. And it didn't help that literally all of the roads are the most bumpy roads in existence. Like, seriously, there's just crack upon crack and like potholes and just everything, and it's terrible. So, yeah, close the doors. We end up heading out. And as I said, that's when I realized I made a mistake because every single bump, I was holding my stomach just like, okay, I'll be fine. Don't need to say something. I'll just ignore everything. I'll just pretend it's not happening. So I was trying to do that while waiting to get to school so that I could, maybe feel better once I got to school. Well, we were heading up the road to school, you know, and of course the bus was like all full, and I was just like, okay, so close, please stop hitting the bumps. And well, I ended up getting sick. Which, generally that's just like, okay, that's not really too bad because, nobody watching or whatever. Well, here's the embarrassing part about this story. Basically, there had been a girl or like two, I think like two girls in front sitting in front of me. They apparently didn't realize that I got sick. So the one girl ended up constantly putting her shoe in the spot where I had just gotten sick, and I felt so bad. I don't think she noticed, but I was just like, oh gosh, please, just please stop. So when we got there, I was like, okay, well, I'll at least tell the bus driver what happened, I'll tell the bus driver go to the office, call home, go home. It'll be okay, right? Nothing wrong with that. So I went to the bus driver. I told her, and instead of just being like, okay, I'll clean it up, no, she announced to the whole bus if anybody felt sick to ask for the waste basket. So now literally every single person on the bus pretty much could just assume that I had gotten sick on the bus, which I did. So that kind of sucked. I don't think the girl ever realized that she kept putting her shoe in the area. Just saying that because it sounds less gross than saying like an actual descriptive word. But yeah, so that sucked. I did end up going home, and you know, I'm still I'm still on the fence about that kind of stuff. But hey, I don't go on the bus anymore, so that's cool. Yeah, I don't have to ride in the bus, so if anything happens, a whole bus full of people won't know that I get sick. So that's fantastic. So that was the first episode of Embarrassing Abyss. Now, while it doesn't seem like I got embarrassed whatsoever, yeah, that's probably one of my more embarrassing stories, in my opinion. Just because of the whole thing with the girl, and just, okay. Just gross. Yeah, so if you enjoyed the video, like the video, because that would be fantastic and help me out a huge amount. Not just that, but if you guys would be able to share the video, that would be fantastic, because then I can do more stories easily, probably, and be able to fund the channels. So that's awesome. Check out the script stories with Girl of Cyclone, Quincor, you know, the rest of the script stories, which are just my stories, which are completely original, you know, original characters, original storyline, all of that. If you want to see something that isn't original and gaming, you can check out Spade Comet Productions, where I'm doing like 6 playthroughs right now, which is intense, but you know, so you guys can check that out. You guys can also see unboxings there as well, so that's also fun. So yeah, also, I almost forgot, the Twitter is linked in that page, like the Spade Comet Productions one. I probably should work on the homepage for Spade Comet Original, like the channel artwork and the like putting up the Twitter and all that, but I'm just I just have no ideas at all. But hey, if you want to hear more of my embarrassing stories, let me know in the comment section below, and if the support is good enough, I will end up doing this more often than not. So that's cool. And that's the end of the video, so see you later. Bye!